Welcome to our gentle chair yoga practice. I'm so glad that you decided to join us today. This is a very accessible, gentle class that should be open to anybody. I encourage you during the class to make the movement your own. So if we're doing a movement and you need to change it or sit it out, that's fine. Just do what feels comfortable for you today. You know your body the best. I'll also be guiding you through some breathing. We'll be doing about half an hour of seated stretches, and then we're going to stand up, do a couple poses on our feet. If you don't feel like doing any standing poses today, you can just fast forward through that part and come back for the relaxation. So we'll start off in our seated mountain pose. We're going to bring our feet to the floor and sit up just a little bit taller, start to lengthen our spine. Maybe lengthen the crown of the head up toward the ceiling. And just notice where your shoulders are today. Do they feel relaxed? Or do they feel tense? Or somewhere in the middle? And start to bring your awareness to your breath. Maybe breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth, if that would feel good. Just take a few deep breaths. You're welcome to close your eyes or keep them open. Have a soft gaze. Each breath getting a little bit fuller, a little bit deeper. Our affirmation for today's practice is I am whole and complete, exactly as I am. I am whole and complete, exactly as I am. I am whole and complete, exactly as I am. We take one more breath. Slowly come back to the room if your eyes have closed. And we're going to start to bring some movement into our body with our breath. So linking breath and movement together, we're going to inhale, reach our arms up. And on our exhale, bring them back down. Now you decide how high your arms go. If your shoulders are feeling sore today, just don't go up that high. Exhale. Let's do one more. Inhaling, reaching up. Exhaling. Now if you want to, you can bring the legs into it this time. So on your inhalation, we'll lift our legs and our arms. Exhaling, coming back down. Inhale, stretch up. Wake up our whole body. Exhale, relax down. Good. Let's do one more. Big stretch. Fingertips to toes. Full body stretch like you just woke up and you're getting ready to start your day. And relax back down. Good. Bring those feet back to the floor. Find your seated mountain pose. Tall spine. Let's start to roll our shoulders back and down. Notice how they're feeling today. If they're feeling kind of crunchy, just take this movement slow. You can even alternate and do one shoulder and the other. Let's bring them back to neutral and do an intentional shoulder shrug. So we're going to inhale, bring them up, and then let them drop. Okay. And then let's do that with our breathing. So inhaling and exhale. Maybe one more big inhale. Maybe a pause, and then exhale. Wonderful. Shake it out. Little bobblehead. And then let's start to work on our neck a little bit. So drop your right ear to your right shoulder. Just let your head feel heavy, shoulders relaxed. If you want to bring your left hand down to kind of hang down by your side to add a little more weight to the stretch, that's an option. If that doesn't feel good, just bring your hand back to your lap. And draw your head back up to center. And then we'll drift down to the other side. Notice how this side feels compared to the other one. And if you want to bring your right hand down, feel free. Softening your jaw, breathing. And then drifting back up to the middle. Then we'll drop our chin straight down toward our chest. Let your head hang. Feel free to flutter your lips if that would feel good. Or wiggle your bottom jaw, anything to kind of bring some relaxation to that jaw joint. And then rolling your head back up. Let's do one more little roll the shoulders. And we'll get ready for some side stretches. So let's bring our right hand to the seat of the chair, and we're gonna stretch our left hand up toward the ceiling. You might want to stay here, or you can fold over to the side. If this feels too big today, feel free to bring your hand to your waist. And breathing into the left rib cage, feeling that gentle expansion of the ribs. We'll switch sides, bring your left hand down to the chair, and then right arm can either reach up or come to your waist, folding over if you want to. You can also just stay in a more gentle, neutral position and just open up the rib cage, breathing into the side of the body. Noticing how that feels. And then come back to side. Let's just do just a gentle sway from side to side. And coming back to the middle. Taking a deep breath in our mountain pose. Tall spine, feet on the floor. Get ready for some forward folds. So maybe sit up a little bit in your chair. We're going to widen our knees, widen our feet to make some room for our body. Hands to our knees. And we're just going to hinge forward. Trying to keep our spine long. Inhaling, coming back up. So again, this doesn't have to be a big movement if your lower back is feeling a little sore today. Take it slow, exhaling down. Inhaling, coming back up. We'll do two more if you want to. Exhale. And inhale. Good. For this last one, if you want to go deeper, you're welcome to bring your hands down toward your shins or your feet. Maybe shake out your neck. And then slowly come back up. Find your seat. Find your mountain pose. You can actually stay a little forward in your seat. We're going to work on some shoulder stretches. So reach back, holding onto the back of the chair. And you can decide how high you want to lift up your arm or lift up your hands on the back. The higher you go, the more of a intense stretch this will be. So take it easy. Lean forward with your heart and your chin. What we're trying to do is really open up this little space in the front of the shoulders. Deep breath into the lungs. Exhale. And then soften the arms, come back. Bring your hands to your knees. We're going to work into our cat-cow pose now. So we're going to find that same movement we just did with our open heart, but this time our hands are on our knees. And then on our exhalation, we're going to tuck our chin round our back toward the back of the chair. And then inhaling, waving forward, opening the heart. And make this as big or as little as you need it to be today to support you. Maybe opening up some of those spaces in the upper back that are feeling a little tight. Feeling the wave of movement in the spine. Let's do one more exhalation, rounding back. And then coming back to center. Just a little roll the shoulders, and then scoot back in your seat. We're going to start to energize our arms. So with these arm movements, we are going to be turning on our muscles a little bit. So if at any point that starts to feel like too much, you need to take a break, just stop and rest. So let's bring our arms out, palms face up, and then we're going to exhale, fingertips back to the shoulders. It's okay if they don't touch the shoulders. Just find a motion here that feels good. Exhale, bring them back. A couple more at your own pace. You might start to notice some sensations building in the arms as these muscles turn on. Seeing if you can find that full extension of the arm as it opens. Exhale back. Let's do one more of these. Inhale. And exhale. And then keep your fingertips back towards your shoulders. We're going to open our elbows wide to the side. And then inhale. Good. Exhale. Bring it back. Remember, if you need to take a break, just stop and rest. Moving with your breathing. Let's do one more out to the side. Bring them back in, and then just let your arms rest for a moment. Not done yet. We're going to do a couple more things with our arms. So bring those arms back out. Exhale, fingertips back toward the shoulders. Now we're going to inhale, wide elbows. And exhale, draw the elbows in towards each other. Don't worry if they don't touch. Again, just find a motion here that feels good. Exhale. It's like wings on a bird. Bring the elbows back in towards each other, and then we're going to do a couple circles. So rounding the elbows around. Draw them up, back, and down. You decide what size circles you make, depending on how your shoulders are feeling today. Maybe one more if you want to. And then soften the arms. Take a moment here and just see if you can tune into the hands. Can you feel any sensations in the hands? Maybe some tingling. Maybe some warmth or circulation. It's nice to take those little moments and pause and notice what we're feeling in our body. All right, let's stretch out those hands. So wide palms, long fingers. We're going to do our hand breathing. So inhaling is these wide open hands, and then on your exhale, we're just going to draw in. So it's a soft close. Inhale, stretch. Exhale. Two more. Clasp our hands together, do our wrist wiggles. So rolling those wrists around, you can make a figure 8 or just go side to side. And if your wrists are feeling not the same today, if one feels a little off, you can always do individual circles so that you can kind of tailor the movement in each one. So you decide which way is going to work for you today. How are your wrists feeling? Is this an easy movement, or does it feel a little challenging? Just noticing. And then let's shake them out. So just shake out the arms. Is there anything you want to shake off today? Any tension or stress or worries? Just let it go. Might not get rid of all that stress, but I think at least tells your body and your mind that you're ready to let it go. All right, so let's bring our right hand up, palm face forward. Just imagine your hands pressing into a wall, fingertips are reaching up. And then drop those fingertips down. Take your left hand onto the back of the right hand. Just put a little bit of pressure on the back of the hand. If this feels too intense for your forearm, you can bend your arm in. Still do the stretch, but it's not quite as big. So you can decide which version feels better today. And then let's relax for a second. And then bring that left hand up. Point your left fingertips up, press into the wall. See how that feels for the arm. Like very energizing. And then drop the fingertips down and put a little pressure on the back of the left hand. See how that feels. Again, if this is too much, bend the elbow and do it that way. Just shake them out. Right, let's get ready to move our hips around. So maybe just scoot a little bit forward in your seat. You don't have to come all the way up. We're going to take our right knee and just do a couple circles in the air. This is really just to kind of check in, see how it feels to move our hip. And then we're going to do the other side. Same thing, just a couple circles, if it feels okay. And then drop that foot down. Lift your right foot back up again, and we're going to circle the foot around now. It's like you're stirring a pot. Really just lubricating the joints, keeping them happy. The other way if you want to, just kind of play around. Let that foot rest, and then we're going to bring the other foot up, stir that pot around. Think about what you might make later today. Big pot of soup, have some chocolate syrup. Good. And the other way if you haven't switched direction already. And drop that foot to rest. So now we're going to do kind of a deeper hip stretch, and we're going to place our left leg on the floor. That's going to be our grounding foot. We're going to place our right foot to rest on top of it. If you're in a chair with arms, you might need to scoot a little forward for this. So just see how this feels for the hip, and you can stay here or bring your foot up onto the knee for a wide cross. Now, make sure you're not feeling any sharp pain in your knee or your hip. And if you want to go deeper, you're welcome to fold forward. Again, you can stay in this position if this doesn't feel good. Drop it down. See what that feels like. Take some deep breaths here. Relaxed. And come back up. And switch feet. So place the right foot on the ground and bring the left foot up. You can stay here in this position, rounding down through the right foot, or you can draw that ankle up. See how that feels. Again, check in with the knee, check in with the hip, make sure nothing feels like it's hurting. Big stretch is okay, but no sharp pain. So again, leaning forward. Breath out, and slowly guide your body back up. Good. Let's bring that foot back to the floor. Draw your hands back to your knees, and we're going to do some slow motion hip circles. So just rounding around, nice and slow. Notice how this feels for your lower back and your hips. Find a good spot. Let's switch direction. Do a few rotations the other way. to center. Take a moment here. In case you're feeling a little dizzy, just settle in, feet on the floor, tall spine. Right, working our way through our body. We're going to come down to our legs now. So let's start just doing a couple rubs of the legs, just gentle massage of the legs, just to start to bring in some circulation and energy. Wake them up. Especially in the cold months, it's nice to get back in touch with the legs because they can feel a little cold, losing the circulation. And then maybe do a couple of taps up and down the legs. See how that feels. It's like the sound of rain. Alright, good job. Let's come back to sitting, and we're going to start energizing our right leg. So we're going to wiggle your right toes, find your right foot, and we're going to inhale, bring our right leg up, and exhale, bring it down. You can bring it to the floor. Another option would be to, when it comes down, to just float the foot. You can also draw the knee up a little bit if you're looking for a bigger movement. So you can decide which kind of leg lift works for you today. Check in with your knee, see how that feels. So again, linking breath with movement. Inhale as it comes up, exhale as it comes down. Starting to build energy, just like we were doing with the arms earlier. You might start to notice some sensations building in the legs as your muscles are working. Just tuning into those sensations. If anything feels like too much, just rest. One more if you want to. Relax that leg. Let it rest back down onto the floor. Inhale, bring your other leg up. Exhale, either bring it down to the ground or let it float. You can also add in the knee lift if that would feel good. Comparing this leg to the other leg, how do they feel the same today? Do they feel a little different? Just noticing. A couple more. Last one, if you want to, inhale, draw it up. Exhale down and relax your mind. So I wanted to say that in the class here we have our shoes on, but if you're at home and you'd rather have your shoes off for this, that's great. This is, we're going to be doing some ankle movements that are actually a little bit easier to do without your shoes on. So feel free to take your shoes off if you have them on. So we're going to inhale, bring our right leg back up. And we're just going to point and flex our foot. Start to stretch out our calf. And then do some circles. Just round the toes around. And circle around the other way. You might hear some cracks and pops. That's normal. Good, and then relax the foot. Let's bring the other leg up. And we're going to point and flex. Stretch out your calf. Draw your toes around in a circle.
We're done. Making popcorn over there. That foot, rest down back to the floor, and we're going to bring both feet up now. Do some movements to just help with mobility in our hips. So we're going to bring our heels together, make a V shape, and then draw your toes together, or as close as they can get. It's okay if they don't touch. And then
press out through your heels. Really stretch out the back of the legs. Can you feel those sensations in the hamstrings and the calves? And then if you want to, you can do another big morning stretch because those always feel good. And maybe point your toes, get really long, again from fingertips to toes, stretch it out. And then relax. Good job. So we've worked through all of our joints and hopefully you're feeling a little bit looser. Now we're going to do some kind of full body movements. We're going to do a couple seated and then we'll do a couple standing. So we're going to turn our toes outward and do a seated version of triangle pose. We're going to lean down on our left leg, so forearm's going to rest down. We're going to take our left palm upward toward the ceiling. And then you can either bring your right hand to your waist, sort of start to open the torso out to the side. If you want a deeper stretch, you're welcome to reach the fingertips up toward the ceiling. Coming into a bigger side stretch, breathing into the right side. Maybe look up at the hand if it feels okay for your neck. You can also just look straight ahead. And we'll switch sides, resting the right forearm down, right palm up, opening the torso out, and reaching up if you want, or you can keep your hand on your waist. Feels good for you today. Each day is a little different, how our body's feeling. Yoga teaches us to tune in and listen so we can take care of it. Alright, let's let our arms rest down. So both arms are resting on our legs and we're just gonna hang out here for a moment and do a more restful forward fold. So from here, you can just let your head soften down. Almost like if you were to fall asleep in your chair, what would happen? Your head would get heavy, eyes would soften, shoulders would relax. Now you're welcome to stay in this higher position or draw your hands down toward the floor, coming into a deeper version of the forward. I'm going to stay in this high version, but you might notice some of our participants here doing a lower version. So just encouraging you to find the one that works today. And if you get down to the floor and it just doesn't feel right, just come back up. Turn the chair so it's right at our hip and make sure you have some room in the front and back of you. And we're gonna step forward with our right foot and you can decide how big your stance is here, but we just want to bring a little bend into the right knee. It doesn't need to be a lunge. Knee really shouldn't be past your ankle, so just a little bend. And then we're gonna come into our warrior one pose. So you can always keep a hand on the chair. We're going to open up the free hand. Just turn that palm outward. See how that feels for the front of the body. And if you want to play around with some other options, you're welcome to bring one hand to the heart. You can bring two hands. I'm just going to cycle through some hand options for you. You can just stop where you find one that works for you today. You can reach one arm up or both arms. And if you're deciding to keep a hand on the chair, just see if you can have a lighter grip. No white knuckles, right? Just a little touch so that you have your help with the balance, but your body's doing most of the work. Take a deep breath here. Soften down. Bring our feet together, and we're going to switch to the other side now. So left foot is forward, right foot is back, and we're going to bend the left knee. This side might feel different, so really tune in. Hips are facing forward, and finding that arm position that supports you today. What kind of energy do you want to draw in? Something grounding, something more energizing. Use the yoga position to help draw in the kind of energy that you need. Feeling your feet on the floor, feeling your spine lengthen. Let's take one more breath. Relaxing down. Feet come together. Then we're going to face the back of the chair. So we're going to bring our toes to face the legs of the chair. And you can, I'm just going to turn my chair just a little bit here. We're going to turn our right toes out to 90 degrees. And then bend, put the little bend back in that right knee. So the left leg is straight, right leg is bent. And we're going to extend our right arm straight out from our shoulder. Now, some options for this left hand. You can keep it on the chair, but remember, see if you can have a soft touch. Or you can bring that hand to the waist. Or you can mirror and bring both arms out. Good. Warrior two. Creating strength and confidence, focus, and balance. And then we're going to relax our arms down and turn our feet to face the chair again. This time our left foot's going to turn outward. And we're going to put our bend in our left knee. Make sure you feel grounded through the feet. You can always change the distance between the feet if you need to. So from here, left arm now is going to reach straight out. And then hand can stay on the chair, hand can come to the waist, or you can have it mirrored. Feel that opening in the whole front of the body. If this position is too much, you can always, if you need a break, bring your hands to your waist. And relax. Oh, all right.
Felt that one.
Yes. So let's now face the seat of the chair. And so you're going to just need to make sure that you have some room behind you. So we're going to be just walking our feet back slightly. So bring your hands to the seat of the chair. And we're going to hang out here for a moment just to put some pressure on the wrists. So it's good to send those messages to the wrists that they need to be strong. Those bones need to be strong. And then walking the feet back a little bit. That'll increase the pressure on the wrists. But don't go back too far. If you want to do some balancing work here, you can bring your right leg up off the floor. This is optional, just like everything. If you're not feeling it today, keep your feet on the ground. And if you're doing the balancing, bring the right foot down and draw the left foot up. Draw the left foot back to the floor if it was up. We're going to do a spinal stretch now. So take the hips back over the heels. We're going to bend our knees because we're not stretching the legs for this. We're really stretching the spine. Walk your hands a little bit more forward on the seat of the chair. And think of those skiers when they're ready to take off. So knees are bent, hips are drawn back. Feel the length in the spine. And we're going to come back to the chair. Walking the feet back. Take your time. Go slow. Right, so we're going to come back to the other side, do our little dance around the chair, and we're going to get ready for our tree pose. So for those of you who are really wanting to work on balance, this is a great pose for that. So we're going to ground down through our left foot. That's going to be our tree trunk. And for now, keep your hand on the chair. We're going to draw our right heel up to our left ankle. And you can do this with shoes or without. And start to lengthen up. We're drawing the right knee out to the side. If you want to play around with it, you can lift the toes up off the floor, like a kickstand, lifting up. See how that feels? If you still feel secure here with the toes up, you could play around with bringing the foot up onto the leg, but don't worry if that's not accessible today. You're welcome to just keep those toes on the ground. And then play around with where you want to place your hands. Soft touch of the chair if you do have a hand on the chair. You could bring your hands to your heart center. Or if you want to be a tall tree today, you can reach your arms up toward the ceiling. Pretty great forest here. All right, let's relax and bring our foot down. We're going to switch and shift our weight now over to the right foot. So your left foot should feel just a little bit lighter. And when you're ready, bringing that left heel up to the right ankle. Then you can either play around with your kickstand, bring the foot up, or keep the heel down onto the ankle and the toes down on the floor. Finding the position that's going to best support you for your arms and hands. Feeling grounded, rooting down through the foot that's on the floor. What kind of tree are you today? Palm tree, pine tree, big oak tree. Alright, let's relax our arms and shake out your roots. Shake out your branches. Little tree shimmy. Alright. We're gonna do just a couple arm swings just to get rid of any last tension that might be in our shoulders today. So find some room. You might need to move some furniture around. Make sure you're not going to hit a neighbor or the wall. And we're just going to start to swing our arms from side to side. And you can move your feet as you move your arms. Start to build some momentum. My teacher called this empty coat sleeves. So you can just imagine you have a big overcoat on and those empty sleeves are swinging around, right? Bringing a sense of fluidity and ease to the body. We're going to make our way back. Slow our swing down. Feel that buzz of energy running through the body like electricity. Just feeling alive today, knowing that you can do whatever is ahead of you. All right, so we're gonna do our relaxation now, so you can come back to your seat and settle in. If you have lights on at home, you might want to just soften those, make yourself comfortable. You can even put a blanket around you. And just let your body take a moment here and just sit in the chair. I'm going to offer you a mudra for today, which is our yoga hand position to help support our relaxation. The mudra we're going to do today is called mandala mudra. And it helps to support this idea that we are whole and complete exactly as we are. Sometimes we get overwhelmed by certain health conditions or challenges life brings us. It's always a good reminder to know that even with whatever is happening in our lives, that we really are whole as we are at all times. So we're going to remind ourselves of that by coming into Mandala Mudra. So you're going to take the left palm, just cup it a little bit, and place the right hand inside of the left. And then you're going to make a circle. So touching your thumbs together, it's a light touch. So if somebody were to be looking at you from the front, they would see a circle. That's that sense of wholeness. And if this doesn't feel good, if the thumb part doesn't feel good for any reason, if you have any arthritis and that's challenging, you can just let both hands rest in each other, because that feels really whole and complete too. So you can decide which version. And then let the shoulders relax. Let your body rest in the chair. You can look down at the floor or close your eyes. With each exhalation, become a little bit more relaxed. Feel free to do some slower breaths, breathing in through the nose. You can breathe out through the nose or out through the mouth. Softening the legs, relaxing the hips and lower back. Letting the spine relax into the chair. Softening the shoulders, the face and head. Resting deeply and completely. Place of quiet, reminding ourselves of our affirmation. I am whole and complete, exactly as I am. A whisper, I am whole and complete, exactly as I am. Maybe saying the affirmation once in your mind. That sense of wholeness, accepting yourself exactly as you are. Letting your hands come out of the gesture, you can just let your palms rest on your lap. Just noticing how you're feeling. Taking a deeper breath in, big breath out, wiggling your fingers and toes, or bringing in any other movements that would feel good. Drawing your hands to your heart center. The light that shines in me honors the light that shines in you. Thank you for being a part of our yoga practice today. Feel free to gently come back to the room, opening your eyes. space and just noticing what's present. Feeling a sense of gratitude for the support within you and around you. I would like to take a moment and just thank all of our friends here in the room for sharing this practice with you at home. Hope you have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
Thank you.